And welcome everybody to another session of Dungeons and Dragons. Where we last left off,
I don't know what.
our party had about to explore this strange temple in search of the White Moose Menace that they managed to dispatch relatively easily. And then, after some time exploring the rest of the ruins, our lovely paladin had a little bit of an existential crisis on what it means to be a hero. While struggling to come to terms, the party was alerted with the sound of a knock spell. And I need everybody to roll initiative as your dragonborn friend and their companion seem to have a mysterious portal open underneath of them. And
They in the Underdark now.
they are not here at the moment.
They're
So,
gone.
Funny story. I forgot to boot up the virtual tabletop because I'm a professional.
I mean, can we really be called professionals? I don't think any of us get paid for this.
I mean, I'm a professional idiot.
Ellie does. Ellie does.
True.
Both of you
Oh,
to
that is
assume
true.
that both of you to assume that I've gotten any ad revenue out of this.
Hey, don't discount the handful of viewers we get. We love them. I don't currently have it up, so I have no idea if anyone's watching right now.
Love our viewers. All one of them.
I get the occasional lurk from Gus, and the YouTube videos get maybe 2 views, but you know, I do appreciate the 2 views.
One of those views is me.
And I appreciate it.
And the other half is often me.
Well, I'm gonna roll your initiative
I know
for you.
Ray is watching through the videos to catch up on whatever shenanigans happen here, so.
I rolled your initiative for you while you're loading in.
Sorry, I was making snacks because I realized I didn't have any snacks or water or anything, so.
All right.
Okay, and I'm here.
All right. Daily, do you want to roll your coin for me?
I already did.
1, 2,
Was it
3,
2?
4 allies.
It was a 2. So, all right, you're no self-preservation for you.
Oh, Evans was the no self-preservation. Evans was the going berserk.
Yes, because that would be considered a heads.
All right.
Okay, essentially what we're hearing is, would you like to rage?
I would like to rage.
Hey, you know, I will ask this with all seriousness. Daily, would you like to rage?
Oh no.
I
know what
would
this
like
means.
to rage.
Okay, when it gets to your turn, there will be some things that need to go on here. But, starting out...
My turn's not happening for a bit, though.
That is true.
I think I might be at the end. I think I might be the end.
Why
My
can
initiative's
I...
5.
Why can I not move you? Oh, there we go. And out from this doorway is a winter wolf.
No.
What was that, X? Just no?
No. Do not like. Not a fan.
It's going to bite at Daily because it was the first one that it saw.
Of course it is. Of fucking course it is.
Where is it?
It's
Right in
right
front of
next to
me.
you.
No, I'm
Right
not.
in front of me.
Oh, there we go. I'm
Well,
Not
Don't worry,
very
Daily.
smart.
That hit was an 11, which I imagine misses.
That did miss. That did clink off of my armor.
That's a 22.
Fuck! Roll damage.
That is 10 damage. And now it is Thalia's turn.
I am going to cast. Yeah, I am gonna cast Ego Whip on it.
Ooh.
It needs to do it.
Interesting new spell. Ooh.
Yes, this is one of my new spells I haven't gotten to try yet. So they need to make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That's an 18.
Damn it.
Wow, smart dog.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The success. All right, the spell doesn't have any effect on a fail.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's the only thing I could do.
Okay. Next up is Sebastian.
You said the dog came from this hole right here, right?
Yes.
That one right there? Okay, Sebastian's gonna step into that hole. And he's not flanking the dog, so he doesn't get advantage. But he is going to... Does he see anything down that path other than the dog?
Well, the path does curve, so you can see that there's more up ahead, but that's all he is seeing is just
Is there
more
like a light
tunnel.
coming down the end of it or something that's kind of showing, or is it just
Hey,
like, darkness?
I could.
there's a faint flicker of light, like an old torch.
Sebastian is going to take his big fuck off hammer and swing it at Doggo.
Okay.
He's gonna do it
That's a nat 1.
real good. So well. Does he break his big fuck off hammer?
I will say that he doesn't break it, but he does throw it.
I like to imagine
So-
he swings it down and it like hits the ground and just bounces off out of his hands.
Well, no, he's going for an overhead slip, and it just slips out of his hands as it's coming down. Just.
Ah, fuck.
So let's roll a d4 real quick, just because we like d4s. Don't worry, it's not that bad. Hey, congratulations. The hammer is here. It's on the other side of the wolf.
Can you put like a little
Yep, I'm getting there.
like here? I can draw something.
Drop
Sword.
yours.
There you
So,
go.
hey, how do you feel about me throwing the earth tremor in that entryway the wolf came out of?
We'll deal with that later. I'm not going to strategize when it's not Celeste's turn, I think. But it could be good. It could also be bad. We don't know where they're all coming from.
Okay.
The fact that it was a wolf that came out, I don't think a wolf can
Sebastian
cast a
is
knock
going
spell.
to Second attack to draw his longsword.
That's fair.
He just draws a longsword.
Okay. Now, are you guys ready for, something interesting here?
Wolf gonna fucking talk.
Not quite. Wolf has now become a bird.
The fuck?
Oh.
You know what?
Ah.
Fuck it.
Why is it so
Is that-
big?
Because he's a giant eagle.
Counterspell?
Off.
I need to check something real quick, 'cause I don't believe that this can be counterspelled.
Okay.
The answer to that question is you can certainly try.
Yes.
If that's the answer, I'm gonna say no. Then.
I will be nice and say that it won't work. Just because, again, I don't know the general ruling, but I googled it up and my answer was correct. Okay. We're going to swing here at Thalia. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Helly, it would probably push Nessa off to the side somewhere.
Yeah.
Occupy
just-
its space. Yeah, there you
Caw!
Is this thing flying?
Yes.
It's not the sound that an eagle makes, son. It'd be more of
go.
that.
Does it have enough room to fly, Helly?
We've got, I believe it was 20 foot of ceiling here. Let me double check the height. Remember, we did have a fair amount of height in here. I just have to refine this particular section in the book.
Yeah,
My
I
tabs
just
have gotten
remember that we
changed.
were inside a structure, so I didn't know how. I don't remember how tall the ceilings were.
Yeah, I remember it being
Yeah.
fairly tall, but let me double check here. Again, I just gotta refine where this particular section is. My tabs got reloaded. This room here is it's about 30 feet tall. So he's a bit limited in movement, but he can fly around a bit. And Valk, that is 5 damage to you.
That's not too bad.
And then you're going. That was it hitting you with its beak. And now it's gonna scratch at you with its talons. 14 to hit.
That hits.
That's another 8 damage.
You, child? Really? Why are you under my chair like
All right, next is Celesta.
I'm not doing so great, guys. Ah, damn it.
I think that concentration is for the ego whip, which failed. I don't think you really need to worry about the concentration.
Oh yeah. Okay, thanks. I was like, what am I holding?
All right, X. What's your plan here against the big bird?
I'm just,
Fireball?
I'm tempted for fireball. However,
I'll be honest, that's my plan.
yeah. However, yeah, I'm gonna measure template.
Do we have any idea what this could be, Helly?
I mean, you're welcome to make your own speculations. Right now, you've just seen a wolf change into a bird.
Go away.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna cast Storm Sphere.
Okay. Looking over to the spell here, because that's not what I'm overly familiar with. I just gotta double check things.
Fourth level, and it's evocation, which means I'm gonna sculpt it. So
Okay.
it's not gonna hit any of my allies. It's a 20-foot radius sphere, and it does
2d6.
2d6 bludgeoning damage. And the space is difficult terrain until the spell ends. Yeah, and any creature that in the sphere when it appears or that ends its turn there must now succeed on a saving throw or take bludgeoning damage each time.
Okay, let me run a strength
That's a
saving
20
throw.
foot sphere.
Wait, does that include?
Wait.
Wait,
That's-
Yeah, does
so if we start our end our turn, does that include us?
No, you're completely excluded from this spell's effects.
Okay.
It's evocation,
Okay.
I'm sculpting it around you. So you, me, all three of you and me can now be immune to this spell's effects. Because I'm sculpting it.
So it's like my careful spell. For
Basically.
my sorcery spell.
Yeah, except for it's built into every evocation spell I have. I can sculpt them based on their level. It's really useful.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's why wizards can cast fireball and not give a fuck what's in the room.
so we fail.
Cool. So damage.
Yep, roll your damage.
I don't know why it did 2d6 plus 4d6.
Because it's you have advantage. It's also doing the other part of it, which is the 4d6 lightning damage. I don't know what that triggers.
That triggers on a bonus action on basically each of my turns to cause bolts of lightning, which I am gonna also do, but that's an attack.
Okay, well it's 5. So it's 5. The 2d6 was 5 damage.
Yeah, it takes 5 damage.
So I'm gonna just mark that real quick, just to, you know, ignoring the extra.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna make an attack. That's a 9 to hit the giant bird.
That's a fail.
Oh my cat's
Okay,
getting weird,
completely
guys.
different. So, Celesta casts a 4th level spell, and a giant sphere appears in the center of the room, centered around the eagle, and the entire area just is whipping with incredible winds, but your hair is not even being tussled by it. As a bolt of lightning shoots through the sphere and barely misses the eagle.
No, Penelope, you're.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
That's my action and bonus action, and if I move, I can get it'll opportunity attack me.
Dude.
I am going to step
Wanna be a
just
mama's
step
dog?
away and out to here. Like just over to here by this statue here.
Okay. That will be an
It's
opportunity attack.
opportunity, yeah.
Gonna claw at you with its talons. That's a 12, which I don't believe hits with your mage armor.
Does not hit my character because I have mage armor.
Yes, you do have mage armor active. Okay. That's your turn?
Yep.
Alright. I ask again now, Daly. Would you like to rage?
I would like to rage! I
Okay.
scared Penelope. Oh no.
So,
She was in my lap as I shouted I would like to rage.
answering
I'm sorry, my love.
answering yes to this grants you a handful of benefits and some detriments that we'll talk about later.
I don't care about the detriments. I would just like to know the benefits.
Yep. So
Detriments, but yeah.
I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Okay. For the next 4 turns, you gain an extra 10 feet of movement. You gain
Yeah.
one. Please roll me a d10. You gain an. You have an extra 13 temporary hit points for the duration.
Okay.
All of your attacks for the for this duration are reckless attacks.
I don't remember what reckless attack does.
It
You
means
get
have
advantage,
on
but you
strike,
also
but
get
you have-
advantaged on.
Exactly.
Ah.
Your melee attacks deal 1 dice higher in value. If you were to roll a
So is that
d12,
like dice up?
so yeah, if you were to roll a d10, you would roll a d12. If you were to roll a d12, you get an extra d4. And that is all that you need to know for this moment.
Cool.
Congratulations, you have activated Hysterical Strength.
Damn. All right. How high up is the eagle right now?
It is about 10 feet off the floor. It's still within melee range. It's not that high up.
All right.
And make your attack with advantage because you are reckless attacking.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a hit.
All right. Now I gotta remember what my.
I believe your Dawn is a D8 one-handed, D10 two-handed.
Yeah, it seems to be a D10. I would roll a D12 instead.
Yes.
Okay.
And then plus your strength and +1 modifier for the weapon.
Okay, so that is +3. That's a total of 15 damage. I am also going to cast Divine Smite.
Okay.
Does Divine Spike count towards the melee damage or no?
No, it's just it deals radiant damage if I deal melee damage.
Well, so this is a spell, right?
It's using a spell
It's
slot.
a feat. Using a spell slot, yeah.
It's using a spell slot. It's a spell, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess.
all right.
It doesn't cast like a spell. It's whenever I hit with melee weapon attack.
So go ahead and roll your radiant damage if you're going to use, your divine smite.
I am going to use my Divine Smite.
Okay. Now let me pull up a
I'm
fun
spending a
table
first
that
level
everybody
spell slot.
loves.
The fucking wild magic table. Are we dealing with a fucking druid? I'm about to kill a druid.
Well, I do
I mean, the
need
druid attacked us first, so.
I do need you to roll a D100 for me. Congratulations! Your radiant, your divine smite has also casted confusion centered on yourself.
Shit, what's the radius on confusion?
Each creature in a 10-foot
Why-
radius sent.
Why am I doing wild? Why am I rolling on? I thought it was the enemy that was rolling on the wild
Nope.
magic table. Why am I rolling on the wild magic table? What the fuck?
Because you asked to rage.
I did ask to rage, but
Okay, so please make a wisdom saving throw. The eagle will also be making a wisdom saving throw. Your the
Helly,
DC
am
for
I not
that.
within the 10-foot? Are we not all within the 10-foot radius?
Let's see.
yeah.
You and Sebastian are. Val
The only one-
She's
Right.
10 feet.
well,
Well,
the
if
radius
we're
I'm
looking-
seeing
well,
is 10
if we're
feet, puts it
looking
at a
at
half
radius, though.
circle.
Okay.
Or puts it at a half block, which just leaves Valk outside of it.
That's fine with me.
Alright, so you and Sebastian also need to make a a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, this can't go well. $11.
Okay. I need to remember how I would calculate the DC of this.
The DC should be 8 plus her spellcasting modifier plus her proficiency bonus.
But she's not
Unless
proficient
it's-
with spells.
She's a half caster. She's proficient with spells.
That's fair. So that's 8 plus.
How does it work on the usual table? Does it add your modifiers when you roll on the usual table?
Well, she is muted. I will say it does for just the sake of saying it does. So that should be 13. Because spellcasting mod would be wisdom. Or no, charisma.
Oh yeah, my spellcasting would be charisma. Sorry, Greg came in my room and I had to explain all of the crazy stuff that was happening. But yes, my spell, yeah,
Yeah, so,
charisma.
so
Let me double check what
DC
it is.
thir-
Spell DC is 14.
It doesn't add.
DC is
Wild
14
Magic Surge
actually.
does not add your modifiers. It just acts as though it was randomly cast untamed.
okay, so no proficiency.
Yeah.
That would put us at 12.
So I failed.
And Sebastian needs to roll his.
Wait, isn't it 10 plus my charisma modifier?
It's 8 plus your charisma modifier.
Oh, so it'd only be 11 then.
It would be 11. So you would. Yes, you would actually pass.
I would. Okay.
You beat it.
You meet it, you beat it. Okay. So Sebastian and Daily are now both confused.
Well, Nessa's is now confused. Daily was confused way before that spell was cast.
Okay, let's have Sebastian and Nessa both roll a d10 because confusion is funny.
That happens once we start our turn.
Oh, is it at the start of the turn? Okay.
It's at the start of the turn.
Okay, well then.
It lasts
Oh, at least we got my
for
roll.
a minute. It lasts for a full minute because concentration doesn't exist before wild magic surges.
Yep. Okay, so you still can do your other attack if you wish, Daily, because you're that.
Alright. I
Is
can
it-
attack!
You do have your multi-attack, and I will allow it. That's a crit.
Natural 20.
Nice. Alright.
Yo,
That's gonna be
fucking
12
So it's
plus 12 plus your roll. Because that's what we're doing for crits is max damage plus the roll. That way you don't roll 2 1s on a crit and have sadness. That's
And then we've already determined that Nessa's reckless and not paying attention to anything other than defeating the enemy. So yes, I am going to use another spell slot, and yes, I am casting Divine Smite again.
well. Then
God,
that
wait,
means
what level is the spell slot? Hold up. Wild magic
It just says
surge?
when you
No,
hit a
it is
creature
first
with
level
him-
higher if you cast a spell slot. Yeah, it is if you. It's in any spell slot. Great. Cool.
And also, Divine Smite is whenever I hit a creature with a melee weapon attack.
You can add a. You can add a
well,
spell
so
slot.
before you do your divine smite real quick, Dave, let me do some mathematics here. Because we're getting
Alright.
because your 10 is getting an extra 4 added to it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be a
Oh,
total
is that what we
of,
decided?
I believe so, because your strength is 3 plus 1 from your weapon.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 26 damage, which puts us here. Okay, I had to do my mathematicos so I can, do the health thing.
And then extra 8
So
radiant
that's gonna be
damage.
16 plus 8 because you also double divine smite on a crit.
You double Divine Smite on a crit?
Yeah, that's why when a paladin crits, you just put the highest level divine smite into it if you hit your big bad evil guy.
Okay, well, Daily, I need you to roll another D100.
Of course.
You cast another spell.
91. Oh no.
That's actually a good one.
Oh, okay.
I will. It is not pertinent at the moment, so I will save it. If it becomes pertinent, I will share.
For the next 30 turns, right, Helly?
Go out there.
If it's what I
we'll-
think it is.
This one's gonna be for the next 10 turns.
Oh, 10 turns.
For the next
What
minute.
about turn
Oh.
10 turns?
Oh, right. Next minute, okay.
Okay.
A minute is 10 turns, yeah.
All right. So
Each
with
turn's
the
about 6 seconds, you said?
each turn is 6 seconds. So with that second divine smite hit,
It's a bitch. Kill it.
you see that this giant eagle has turned into an elf of sorts.
Oh, cool.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Daily?
I mean, that's about all I can do my turn. I'm not retreating. I'm not running away. I'm facing this threat head on. So actually, I'll just move here. I'm facing this threat head on.
Also, I need to re-put that there because I accidentally deleted it.
Thank you.
I'm
I
facing
forgot.
this threat
I thought that was
head
there
on,
for
with
testing
no
the silence,
worry.
but that was not the case. So
No,
I did the dumb.
That is the effect area of my storm sphere.
Yep, I remember now.
difficult
I forgot. I forgore.
You forgore.
Facing
Is
this
that
threat head on with
image-
no worry to my own safety or the safety of those around me.
Okay, random thought, but is that like token giving anyone else like dark crystal vibes?
It really is giving dark crystal energy. You got me there.
Okay, I'm
thinking
glad I'm not
Avatar,
the
the
only
Northern
one who
Wilder
doesn't
tribe.
see it.
Like dark crystal, if one of the what are they called? The little the little druid creatures was a human with a headdress on. Yeah.
Yeah, the creepy ones.
Yeah, the real creepy ones.
Okay.
Versus the minorly creepy ones.
I mean, everything
Sorry.
in Dark Crystal was creepy, but some of it got real weird.
So
Yeah.
why is okay? It's being dumb. I'll play with later. All right. You hear this elf just let out just a scream before becoming a large scorpion.
Fucking bitch.
What level druid are we dealing with?
Well, that's her third transformation, so at least level 3.
No, because transformations are equal to half of your level. So at level 3,
So
you
level
only
6.
have 2. Yeah.
She's at least level 6.
All right, and
Right, Ellie? It's been a while since I've played druid.
who's to say that this one's following the rule book?
Also, Giant Eagle is CR 1, so she's at least level 8.
That is true.
Okay.
So,
So
you know, stronger than us. And
anyway, you're gonna
druids
get
are the most
gonna get some swung at with some claws. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's 8 damage.
Okay.
It's gonna claw at you again.
I didn't take that from my temporary hit points, though. Oops.
That's a 13. So that misses.
That misses, yep.
And now it's gonna sting at you with its claw. Or with its tail.
3 attacks in 1 turn? Fuck you.
That's a 17 to hit.
Misses. He's 18. It's great. Or AC.
Okay.
AC is 18. Whatever.
That's its turn, and it's going. It's ending its turn in the storm. So what happens if it ends its turn there?
It's another saving throw.
Strength saving throw for the 2d6.
Yep.
That's a 15.
Mine's 16, I think. Let me double check. Looking at my character, because I have my +1, plus 4, 7, 8, 6. Yeah, 16 is my DC.
Okay, so we will take 2d8 damage here. I'll just roll it real quick.
2d6.
2d6. Hey, you got the 12.
Nice. So 12 points of damage from just that.
Yep. All right. Now, yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
I'm not familiar with what that spell does.
Lock him in
And
place.
I'm going to cast it right
Right here.
here. So a 5-foot square, unoccupied space on the ground. So right like next to this scorpion, you just kind of see like a bunch of little pebbles roll together and a hand kind of form from all the little pebbles. And it grasps and tries to like restrain the scorpion, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's a 10.
Yes, he fails. All right. On a failed save, the target takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained for the spell's duration.
Okay.
So it takes 7 damage and is restrained.
All right. It is restrained.
With restrained, it can't move. Attack rolls have advantage. The creature has
I get
disadvantage,
double advantage.
and the creature has
Double
disadvantage on
advantage.
dexterity saving throws.
Congratulations,
Double
Bailey.
advantage.
You
I'm
have
gonna
advantage,
kill
but
this
there's no
thing.
double advantage.
And then can
It's
it
gonna
make
be
attempts to try to
murdered.
leave again, or is it just stuck like that? To break out the restrained target, you can use his action to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
the full action.
Typically, it's listed at the end of the turn, sort of thing. So it's weird. It's differently worded.
Yeah, it's weird that it mentions like another action I can take after the breakout.
Yeah, it's
condition.
it's weirdly structured. Anything else
I
you would like to
think-
do on your turn?
No, there isn't. I think this is a UA that I had run by you when I grabbed it.
I can't remember, but it's fine. Anything else?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I can hold it for 1 minute.
I need to check something real quick.
How does a restrained work if you're like if the size you're shaped into is not your true size?
Rules is written, you're still restrained even if you pop out of it. But
Oh, like it still holds on as you shrink in size type of thing?
yeah, that's up to the dungeon master though. If the DM wants to make it so you're not restrained or are still restrained, he can.
I would say that if it got bigger, there would probably be some form of check for it. But staying the same
fair.
size or smaller, I don't think it would work. Just because I think that makes the most logical sense.
Depends on what's restraining you too. If
That's
you're in
a-
ropes
that's-
and you shrink, it would make sense you can get out. If you were in ropes and tried to grow, you'd have to make like a check to see if that affects you.
Yeah, like in this case, it's this is a stone hand grabbing. Shrinking, it would just clench tighter. Whereas if you were to go big, you might be able to overpower its grip.
Yeah, I could imagine if you were to go big, it would be like a strength against strength check type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas going small might be dex versus the check. But...
So the scorpion here is going to attempt to attack with its claw against Thalia here.
It is restrained.
It is restrained, so it attacks with disadvantage, but it can still attack.
Okay.
That's a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, it's gonna try again. That's a 12 to hit.
That does hit.
Hey. And we rolled damage. 9 damage.
Alright, I'm not happy.
Did it move in the turn order, or is this a reaction it has?
You may not have noticed this. It has 2 turns in initiative.
I don't see the second turn in.
It's because when I'm wild shaping it, it's removing it from the turn order.
Okay.
Does something have 2 turns in their initiative?
Because it's a higher ranked enemy.
Because I wanted to give you guys a fun boss fight.
Ugh.
We're gonna die here.
Concentration check there, Valk.
That's right.
Okay.
13?
You got your concentration up. It's going to try to sting you with its tail. That's a 13.
That hits.
Okay. I get the...
Someone wants to throw healing my way, that'd be great.
So let's hit you with the damage. Oh, that's 12
I'm
damage.
sorry, right now I'm a barbarian, not a paladin.
Yeah. You're not gonna have a sorcerer much longer.
I regret to inform you that I have neither healing magic nor restraint.
Alright, concentration check again. Alright, the scorpion is free from walking. And I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Constitution save?
Yep.
9.
Alright. This is not looking good for Valkyr. 13 poison damage.
I'm dead.
Well, you're not dead, you're just knocked out.
And as that, you see Thalia just kind of crumples in on herself at the same time. The, like,
as the stone crumbles.
clay hand just crumbles down, too. As she just collapses down.
Alright, and, what's the movement on this guy? He's got, not actually telling me what his speed is, so let's look at what his speed is. Probably 30, but I just want to double check.
30 to 40, somewhere in there.
It's 40, which is more than what I need. I probably only needed 30, but it could have been done. Alright, so,
Opportunity attack! Opportunity attack!
Yeah, you get your opportunity attack. So then take your opportunity attack.
Still at advantage?
Yep, you're still attacking recklessly. That's a hit. You still have another. You still have another 3 turns of recklessness. That's 12 damage. No, 11. Because it's plus 4.
11.
Yeah, 11. 11.
Okay. And now it is Sebastian's turn.
Sebastian.
Wait,
is
it was
going to
traveling
roll
through
a
difficult
d6 to
terrain.
see
Did it
what
still
he
have
does.
enough room? Did it still have enough to with difficult terrain?
It has 40, it moved 20.
Okay. Takes double movement speed. In
It's a
difficult terrain,
D10
right?
for the confusion.
Oh, it's a D10.
Yes.
Take me just about the same. Okay.
Target chooses its behavior.
Cool. Sebastian, in his confusion,
Oh,
sees
Oh,
Talia go
it's not my
down
turn yet.
and is going to just move over to Talia and use his action to medicine check in his confused state.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Please, buddy. All I want, you know. What's the base for medicine?
Base for medicine is wisdom.
That's 11.
Alright,
He stabilizes it.
Valk is stable.
Yeah, so you're not gonna make death saves, Valk. You're not dying anymore. Sebastian
Oh, that's
barely did it and used his entire turn to do so.
Yep.
He still has movement though, so I'm gonna move him to here.
Okay.
I think. Wait, that's 15 feet. Yeah, he's gonna move to be right here. Just so he's between Valk and the monster. And that's his turn.
Alright, it is your turn, X.
Cool. I'm gonna step over to here, and as an action, I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
How many spell slots do you have left?
Yep.
Not that many.
And that's gonna be a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay. So it just completely
It just
flies right
it just
past
backhands it with a claw. Just
Yeah,
get
he
that shit out of
backhands
here.
the orb of glowing red energy with his claw, and I smile and bonus action hit him with the light.
He's not in. Actually, the range of the lightning is 60
Doesn't have
feet,
to
isn't
be
it?
Within 60 feet for the lightning.
Okay. Again, I haven't looked at that spell in a hot minute, so I don't remember all of the secret effects.
Yeah, so here's an attack. 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Fuck. The lightning hits him, but just bounces around on the outside of his armor.
He's just grounded. It trickles off of him. Just he's like a ground Pokemon.
I hate this motherfucker.
I'm chasing
Okay.
after him, and I'm going to murder him.
All
He's
right.
going to be dead.
Daily, please roll me a
By
d10.
Nexus hand, and no other.
That's my whole turn.
Okay. Please roll me a d8.
Oh no.
7, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. You're just going to walk directly into and past Celesta.
God damn.
You're gonna use up all of your movement speed walking right here, and you will not be taking an action this turn.
Fuck!
Fucking wild.
I wanted to kill things!
You confused yourself.
Let me murder!
This is so great.
All right. It's you don't take an action this turn. That's gonna be it for you. All right. Now it is Giant Scorpion's turn. And it's gonna mosey on in just into the range. It's going to grab at Sebastian with its
You
claw.
got this, buddy.
That's a 17. That's gonna be 6 damage.
Okay, not as bad as I thought.
It's gonna happen again.
Okay, worse than I thought.
That's another 17 to hit. So we're just gonna roll the damage. That's 10.
Your boy's looking bloody.
And now it's time for the stinger. Dirty 20.
Okay, just kill him.
That's 12. Please have Sebastian make a Constitution saving throw.
He's immune to poison damage.
Is he immune? I don't remember that or
Immune
not.
to poison, charged, and poisoned.
Okay, so he has 1 HP and a dream.
Your boy, is he restrained?
He's not restrained.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check that real quick with the claw attacks. Actually, he is grappled.
Which means he's restrained.
Yes.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay. So it's Thalia's turn. Thalia's knocked out but stable. Scorp's turn again. And we're gonna put the squeeze on Sebastian.
Please don't.
He's already in our hands.
Yeah, please. He's just a boy.
That's an 11.
That does not hit.
Also, actually, I did forget one thing.
Oh no.
What this is a benefit to you.
Okay.
I need to take another 2d6 damage from your sphere because he's technically inside of the range.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm being nice here. I realized I missed that, so I'm correcting. It's 4 damage. It's not as much as you would like, but I mean it's something.
Hey, 4 damage is 4 damage, dude.
Yep, and we're gonna put the squeeze on Sebastian again. That's a 12.
Does not hit.
Although I'm rolling normal when I should be rolling with advantage, but I'll just leave it as it is because he's restrained.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
And Stinger again. I'll be nice and just roll normal. Hey, that's a 6. It's a miss. Sebastian gets another turn.
Dude is like ducking and weaving. Like he takes the claw and just like handles it twice, and then the spins.
Well, I like the idea that the Scorpion just has him like just pinched between both of them.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to push out as much as he can and just bobbing his head from the stinger.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
barely misses him.
It's Sebastian's turn.
Sebastian is he still confused?
He is still confused. Well, actually, does confusion get removed if they take damage?
That's what I'm checking.
Here, you know what? Have
Oh, at the
both.
end of each turn, he can
Yep,
make
I'm
a
about to say,
wisdom save.
we need Sebastian and Daly both to roll a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, fail me now, buddy. 17.
Alright, Sebastian is no longer confused. Daly is no longer confused. Or Nessa is no longer confused.
Beautiful.
He
I'm
has
gonna
a
chase
long
after
sword.
that man and murder.
Yeah, he has a long sword in his hands, and he is under attack, and
But he does not
he's
have a long...
very little left.
Actually, he did draw his long sword. Also, real quick, because I forgot to do it again. Okay, 16 meets it beats. Or Thunderstorm. So we are...
Wait, what? What are you rolling for that?
I roll another strength saving throw for Scorpion being in the storm cloud.
Oh, yeah, at the end of his turn.
Yep. Again, I'm being as truthful as I can here. So it passed that one, so it did not take the 2d6.
That's fine. Sebastian's gonna hit it.
All right, Sebastian.
With little man angry.
Well, he's at disadvantage because he is restrained.
Oh, disadvantage. Fuck. Okay, disadvantage.
Dirty 20. It's
For
a
the
hit.
disadvantage. And I'm gonna make a second attack because that's not gonna kill him with disadvantage again.
Rip those
21.
nat 20s.
Too bad to the all those nat 20s I just rolled, but
Yup.
I'm just built different. Damage, normal damage. It's gonna be 4 for the first strike, and 7 for the second strike. As he's just swinging it twice into this thing.
Okay. Well, good news, everyone.
She's back.
She's back to normal.
Question. Are they still, like, restraining Sebastian?
No, because they no longer have the claws to do so.
I like to imagine they have their hands wrapped around Sebastian's waist and just look kind of right into his eyes, and Sebastian's just there with his long sword, bleeding.
Okay. This token is going to disappear
Does
for a moment
Sebastian
because
bleed
it
normal
is slightly because it is broken. It's not doing what it should be. So, give me just a moment, and we have a new one that's working correctly.
Yay.
The wild shape transformations get a bit scuffed when they're layered. Okay. So, Sebastian has done his turns. Anything else he would like to do?
Bonus action, he would like to stare her dead in the eyes. Just scare the shit out of her.
Okay. Your turn.
Cool. I am going to step up directly behind Sebastian. Look down at Talia, who's now stable. And then I'm going to cast... two very good options here. I'm going to cast Burning Hands at 2nd level.
Okay.
And it's going to sculpt its way around Sebastian and just nail this son of a bitch.
Okay. That's a deck save.
Yeah, which would work if this template knew how to template.
14.
That does not succeed.
So, roll your damage.
Yeah, there we go. 46.
That's rough,
7
buddy.
damage. That's okay. Bonus action, tap the motherfucker. And then just bug zap him. And I get advantage on this attack because they're within the sphere.
Okay, roll the hit.
No, that was at disadvantage. I clicked the wrong one. I'm sorry. I meant to click advantage.
I mean, it was a 4 and a 3. But
Okay.
I'll be nice and let you do it again with advantage.
Okay. Okay. Still scrolling back up again because it's
It's really far up there. Lots of things have happened.
There you go. 26 to hit.
There you go. Okay, and roll your damage.
Yep. Just
Scrolling all the way back up again.
Yep. 46. 12 points of damage. First fire, now lightning. Just pow.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my entire turn, yes.
Alright. Anyway, you have one more turn of rage after this.
Alright, let's first see if I move here. Wait, so I'm not infected by the spell right now, and I have a total of 50 movement.
Yes.
You can get all the way behind this motherfucker.
That would be 20 right there.
Flank.
Well, here's a question for you, Axe, because Sculpt is spell. The strain is still considered rough. Is it also rough for her?
As far as sculpted spell seems to be concerned, it excludes that target from the spell. So I assume it excludes them from.
I'm gonna
difficult terrain as
Google
well.
real quick.
Well, even then though.
Yeah, but it's also just something nice to know just for the future.
Sculpt
I don't think I'd be able to make it though. That's 20, which means double would be 40, and I have 50.
It says automatically succeed on their saving throws against the spell and take no damage if they would normally take half damage on a saving throw.
So it's still rough terrain.
Maybe it is still difficult terrain. That's an up to you.
I still have enough movement speed though.
I
I still have
personally
enough
think
movement
that
speed,
the
regardless.
the purpose of sculpt spell is to exclude someone from the spell. But I don't know. Maybe it'd be too powerful if you exclude them from everything.
I mean, again,
have
I think the damage effect is fine, but since you're changing the terrain, I don't think the terrain is going to meld around them as they walk.
It's the wind that's making it difficult terrain. It's not like change, and the wind is the part that hurts you too. So that's kind of what I was going for with this one. Like if it was like I did like an earthquake spell and made difficult terrain, yeah, totally. But with this one, it's very specific. I don't know.
We'll let it go for now. I'll do some more investigation into this as well.
Yeah, because the kind of purpose of spell goals is to create pockets of safety in the effect, so...
It's a weird one, and I'll have to dig more into it later just to kind of get a better ruling.
Yeah. But they don't have to make their saving throws.
Well, we got Jake coming in here. You think the boulder is a mimic? The boulder's fine. Don't look too closely at the boulder. Exclude them as written, but not like that. It can only be in effect on your turn, not other players.
Okay, so that means terrain would still be.
Yeah, well, again,
It would still be
I'll get a better investigation when not streaming, just so that way I can get a more clear-cut ruling.
Fair enough.
You're moving at halves. You're moving at rough terrain at the moment. Also,
okay,
I'm
I still have
deleting
enough
that.
speed though, because I have a total of 50 movement.
Yes.
So I can still go here, because that's only gonna take 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can move one
I still have
down
10
to
feet of
flanking.
movement. Oh, is this not flanking?
No,
the
flanking is directly across.
The spell that they are
Okay.
talking about is Storm Sphere.
Yeah, it's Storm Sphere.
Okay,
It
fine.
has
Fine.
it's Storm Sphere is definitely one of those edge cases with evocation.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, because it's one of the few evocation
I still
spells
have
that has a
advantage.
lasting effect.
Okay.
And so it's
I
kind
That
know
hit.
that has.
and so the spell sculpt seems intended to allow you to make intended to allow allies to be immune to the spell's effect, at least its damage. I don't know if it was
keyboard's
intended to
being
make you immune to the difficult terrain. That is the damage one. It would make sense if they're immune to that, as long as the spell exists and I can still see them within the spell.
So that would be 12 damage. And I am gonna Divine Smite.
Okay.
And I figure since it's concentration, I can concentrate on the
Daily,
sculpture
you may want to
itself.
check your spell slots.
I'm running a level 2. This is my
Okay.
last spell slot.
I just want to make sure you were doing it at level 2 because you
Ironic.
did damage at level 1.
Yeah. No, level 1 is 2d8, and there's one additional for each level above that. So I rolled the third d8 first.
Okay, so that's a
Because
So
a
it's a-
total of 3d8,
okay. So a total
which
of
adds another
20.
20 damage
Okay.
on top of the 12 from before. So
Fair.
I have just done 32 damage.
Yes, they are bleeding now. I need you to roll a d100.
Fair enough, Fake Falcon. I think I agree with that.
And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm also thinking that, and it's just again, I'll have to look more into it.
This is the first time I've used this spell successfully.
Okay. This one isn't necessary at the moment, so you're fine on your wild magic surge.
Goddamn! I have 2 of them that are not necessary at the moment. What the fuck?
Well, to be fair, this one for the next minute, your spells with a casting time of 1 action or have the cast time as a bonus action. You have no spell slots.
I have no spell slots.
Wait, then the other one is Wait, okay. Never mind. I like the other. There's a couple that have the 1 minute timing, and I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to figure out.
I will share. I will share the other one. The other one is if you were to die within the next minute, you immediately come back to life, as if by the reincarnate spell.
Oh, goddamn.
New race. It changes your race, or you can get the same race, but you roll randomly on which race you pick up when you reincarnate.
Yes. Okay.
But you're still like the same person. You're just a different race.
Yeah. And you're a child.
Okay. It is
Child Paladin! Damn, now I kind of wish I would have died. It would have been funny.
All right. It is Druid's turn. He's gonna attempt. She's going to attempt to stab at Sebastian with a icicle. That's a 5.
Not the bitch that just made her bleed. She's scared of me.
And
I don't like it.
We're gonna try it again. That's an 11.
Oh no! It fashions a new adult body, but randomly rolls on the race. That's an 11 to hit.
Yep.
Damn, Sebastian is not taking anything from this son of a bitch. He is done. He's entered Ultra Instinct. He's dodging everything. She can't touch him.
If there's anything else funny I can do here. Because, funny.
I think we're level 7? 7. We are level 7.
The party
and
is
I'm
level
doing reckless
7.
attack because Nessa is broken. Nessa has fully broken. And I expect after this is promptly gonna pass out.
Okay.
Or run off and screaming into the woods.
It's Thalia's turn.
Might have another
Thalia's still unconscious. So now it is back to the Frost Druid's turn again.
Fuck her.
This is funny. Also, because I forgot to do it again, uno memento. I need to take 2d6 damage.
I'm gonna transform it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm being honorable here.
Yeah, you roll the save and then see if you take the damage.
Which they took the damage.
Nice.
So
Chipping away. I love DOT.
they really like your spell here. They're gonna cast one of their own. Say hello. You know what? We're gonna upcast this because it's funny.
God damn, you plan to kill us here, don't you?
That Storm Sphere again?
This is Ice Storm.
Why is it cast out of where the hammer is?
Because it's just the center of everybody. And let's see. I need everybody to make a dex saving throw. Malk is going to take some collateral damage here.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't go past double her life, she's gonna be perfectly fine.
Don't I roll that with a
goddamn.
disadvantage?
You're prone, so you fail.
Oh, yeah, I failed.
That wasn't nat 20.
All right, you are safe. Sebastian has failed.
Damn.
you roll X just for the sake of rolling. You also fail.
Shit.
Okay, so I get to roll some funny math rocks. You like funny math rocks. Why did that roll so many dice? Because there's a lot of numbers
Jake got
on
a 12. Did Jake make it?
it. Jake also failed.
You failed, Jake! Fail.
Okay, so that's this. So everybody who failed, which is Thalia, Sebastian, and Celesta, each take 10 bludgeoning damage. Daily, you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
I am no longer stable.
Also,
Is it your full health that they just dealt on you?
well, she was stabilized but then
No.
took damage again, so that would unstabilize her.
Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm just now every
You would
time
now
I
make
my
death
turn, it
saves
sounds
again.
like- yeah.
I take 11.
You take 10.
Sebastian's down.
Got him. In part of that, Daily, you also are going to take 7 cold damage.
Yep. Okay.
And
Oh,
X
I
for
also need concentration.
and X unexplicitly
I'm all
takes
half
0
now.
cold damage.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wait one second. +5, because that's the rest of my temporary hit points.
Okay.
I get resistance to it. I'm not immune to it.
Thought you were immune to it.
I'm
I think.
checking, hold up.
Yep, I'm also double checking because we haven't actually utilized this feature yet. Okay, it is resistance. So you would also take the 7 cold damage.
Yeah. And I have to spend a
Wait, is there more cold damage?
It's happening at the same time, so I'm gonna count that as hitting you all at once. So it's not
How
going to
much
cause you to take
full
any.
damage I take at resistance.
So you're taking the. So you failed, so you're taking the full damage, which is 15. So you're
Nessa
taking
does
7.
have lay on hands available. Nessa is also in a broken state of mind. Nessa is not focused on doing the healing things that a paladin does. Nessa just wants to murder.
But yeah, no,
Cool. So the only one who has a chance of getting me up is Nuts.
yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because the happening is one attack, I'm not gonna. It's just gonna unstabilize you. It's not gonna make you fail a death save, just because that's just rude.
so if I get, but it would if I get hit by another area attack, right?
If you get hit again, you would fail a death save.
Okay.
We have to kill her concentration. Hit her really hard.
Did you roll your concentration?
I did, and I got a natural 20.
I don't
know why
see that here.
Sebastian rolled for that.
Of all the times to get a natural 20,
Well, actually, it was an 18 plus 2 for Sebastian's. For the Sebastian con save.
Okay, so if I take the 18, it's still like +7.
Yeah, it's
mean,
still
not like
it's still
plus-
fine.
Yeah, it's still +2 because it's concentration, so I'm fine.
Okay. Taking a double look, see if there's anything else going on here. Druid is not, but Sebastian knocked prone. We're just gonna knock him prone.
I see. You missed the beginning of the stream, Jake.
Yes. Well,
So
to
what
be
has
fair, it was
happened
also
is
part of
Nessa's-
the end of the stream. End of the last stream.
Very nice.
We'll explain it after
Nessa's
combat.
pride. Yeah, Nessa's pride has been damaged. Is what's happened.
Well, hey, Daily,
Talia's
good news.
dead.
You get your you get an opportunity attack.
Damn. Yes. All right. Is that an advantage or is that normal?
It would be reckless. And that's a hit.
And it's still reckless, so I still get the increased roll.
Well, the increased roll is not because of reckless, it's because of hysterical strength. It's because you're having a mental breakdown right
Okay.
Fair enough, but I only have that for another turn.
Well,
Until my next turn, this expires. So.
Sebastian's turn. We need him to make a death save.
We know it's over for him.
Well, the good news
I don't have a
is,
button for death save for him.
just
Can we rebuild Sebastian as an actual
I was
player
supposed to do
character?
that over the last week and forgot because I'm forgetful.
Oh yeah, doesn't this like come up every time we have combat that Sebastian needs to be an
Yes,
actual
Jake.
player character?
They are raging as a paladin
Yeah.
because I have made a homebrew feat called Hysterical Strength. So that's a death save for Sebastian.
It's a narrative-based ability.
Yes.
This is the first time we're running it.
I've had it built for a while, but we haven't hit the narrative to trigger it.
We got close.
Which the narrative is essentially Nessa just almost going down the path of an Oathbreaker.
All right, Celesta, it's your turn.
Why is Ice Storm gone?
Ice Storm what should be gone should be my Blizzard. It's not a continuous. It's just a one-time.
I see. I thought it was a multi-turn one.
I thought it was too when I cast it, but it's just an instantaneous. So I'm like, well, hell,
that's good.
shit.
That is a powerful spell.
Looks to me like she's standing within firing distance. Sure would be a shame if someone were to, I don't know, cast... Actually,
Fireball? I didn't ask how big the room was.
Yeah, fuck it, fireball. And I'm just gonna put it right over here. So it doesn't even risk anyone but me, and then I sculpt it around myself.
That's dirty 20.
That'll beat the 16 I have.
But I still take half the damage.
Yeah, I guess I do. Hold up. Add 3 to that because I can treat all 1s as 2s.
Well, spoiler. This may come as a
28
surprise.
divided
The trial is dead?
Wrong button.
by 2. Cool. I hit her with the lightning.
just to add insult to injury.
Double tap. Make sure she's dead. I imagine she's
All
like
right,
pressed against the
flipping.
pillar and is like dead from the fireball, all scarred, and I just tap her with the lightning.
Okay.
Bro, I'm flipping a coin again. I say, heads Nessa just falls to her knees, and like
Well,
probably like on the edge of.
Make a narrative choice. Enough with the gambling.
Yes. Gambling. Because I want either she's gonna fall into silent or she's just gonna scream. Is really the option here. All right, that's it. That was a heads. Okay. Yeah. No, Nessa's just gonna fall to her knees. Her sword is going to drop out of her hands, and she's just gonna stare. at the
Well,
dead body,
So,
blankly.
so at this point, we're going to consider that to be your turn. Well, your turn.
Yes.
Please roll me 2d8.
I am dropping the storm now.
That's fair. Daily,
Alright,
please roll me
combat.
2d8.
All right.
Okay, so Daily will remain passed out for the next 12 hours and has gained 5 levels of exhaustion.
I didn't realize you could have that many levels of exhaustion.
You can have
Yeah.
6.
It's right under being dead.
I don't think I've ever actually sat and thought about how many levels you could have.
Okay. So we that is the end of Nessa's turn, passing out at the end of Hysterical Strength. Thalia, please roll me a death save since you were damaged since you were stabilized. That is one fail. Please have Sebastian roll his second death save. Okay,
Pass.
he's at the pass.
It's got one of each.
Yep. All right, Celesta, it is your turn.
She's gonna look over to where Nessa is down. Look down to where Talia is currently bleeding to death. Look over to see where Sebastian is currently bleeding to death. Just like toss her
This is the
hat
second
off.
time you've had to
scissors her
drag
up
all of
in
us.
anxiety, and then immediately start trying to patch up Talia.
Oh, real quick, X, would you like to rage?
I mean, if it helps you with my no. She is in a mental breakdown, but not hysterical strength. This is a fuck. Everyone's down again. I swear to God, I need to find something.
I swear, next session I'm coming with backup character. This is the third time I've downed.
Okay, stabilizing Talia.
Okay, Talia is stable.
Okay.
Daily,
That's my
pass
action.
the fuck out. Talia, stable. Sebastian, death save.
Death save. 16
Pass.
pass.
Celesta, action.
Celesta is going to Celesta is whoa, didn't mean to do that, sorry. Celesta is now gonna turn to Sebastian and stabilize him.
Medicine check.
Can I make an Arcana check with him?
I won't give you Arcana, but I will give you advantage with medicine. Since you did repair the boy.
Yeah, I do understand a lot about his arcane physiology now. 20. He's
Okay,
stable.
Sebastian, stabilized.
End of my turn. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna walk over to Nessa.
Nessa, pass the fuck out. Thalia, pass the fuck out. Sebastian, pass the fuck out. Celesta.
I am going to check Nessa's vitals, see if she's still alive.
Okay.
Which is
She's
medicine.
breathing.
So I'm just gonna roll another
It
20,
looks a
30.
little rough around the edges, but she's mostly okay.
Hey, heart rate's a bit low, but not, spiraling down the drain or anything.
Like, is like, I'm imagining that it's like she pushed her adrenaline so far that like she like probably cracked her jaw and like a few things, like there's a bunch of like, oh, there's bruising everywhere kind of stuff, right?
There's definitely some bruising. There's
You can see indents in her in her palms from where her fingernails were digging in from gripping her sword so hard.
You wear gauntlets. What are you talking about? I can't see your hands.
yeah. Hey,
Fair enough. But there were definitely indentations on her hands from gripping
Oh,
her
yeah.
sword so hard.
Yeah, your hand's gonna look like chainmail once those come off.
some minor dentations on the palms of the gauntlets, but other than that, she seems fine. She just crashed the fuck out.
She's got a
Her
heartbeat.
hair's a wild
she's not
mess.
bleeding out. She's not actively dying. Okay.
Her hair's come out of the
Okay,
braid that it was in
okay.
before.
I
Like
have
just like everywhere
three
tangled.
nearly dead people.
Yes.
Nessa's not nearly dead. Nessa's just
As far as
Very, very
as far as
sleepy.
Celesta is aware, you are nearly dead.
Nessa, you're at
Fair
5
enough, I didn't actually
exhaustion.
take
You
that.
are nearly dead. Don't.
Drew.
just
I didn't
don't
take that
even.
much damage though. I'm only
You are
38.
one exhaustion
I have
point
38
away
left.
from
I'm fine.
instant death. So, okay, I do not have the strength to even move any of these people.
Bite marks in her armor.
Like, I might be able to drag them with a lot of effort into a position.
And your dog sled is not nearby either.
No, it's like a couple hours travel away. Because we couldn't get it this deep into the forest. So, I'm going to cast Create Bonfire. And I am going to slowly and as strong as I can drag each of my dumbass friends around this bonfire to keep them warm, and then just sit like right up against this wall right here, and like chin on my knees, arms wrapped around it, constantly scanning, like super like I feel like she's acting like she's being actively hunted right now. Oh, the moose is still here, right?
The moose is still there. It's outside.
I am going to take a knife and I am going to just cut a chunk, like a leg off of this moose. Not pretty, not even that nice. Cut the leg off, tried my best to strip it, and then cook it over the fire.
Oh yeah, because we don't have the dark part
Roll
with us
me
right now, do we?
survival.
Okay. I imagine if I fail miserably, it's just burnt.
Just burnt, or you don't. It's just not. It's not usable.
4.
You're really butchered getting that leg disconnected.
Oh yeah. I butchered the skinning and everything. Like, there are huge chunks of meat on the hide. And I'm just like roasting it with nothing. Just the leg, roasting it over the fire, over a magical fire.
You're still anxious as all hell, just like, where are they?
Just like looking over my shoulder for the next however long it takes for literally anyone else to wake up.
I'd say probably after let me roll some d4s real quick.
It's usually a minute to wake up from passing your death saves, right?
But it could be like an hour.
Is it an hour? It might be an hour.
I thought it was.
Depends on hard. Only mostly dead, exactly. They're all mostly dead.
Uh, 1d4 hours. So I was right.
It was 1d4 hours. It was a long.
I mean, okay, so you're sitting there, anxious as all hell. And after about 4 hours, both Sebastian and Thalia wake up.
It probably took me about 2 hours to cut the leg off and skin it. And I probably spent almost an hour just sitting with my chin. So by now, the meat's starting to cook.
So does that leave us at like 1 health point?
1 HP each.
Do we
I'm
have-
in a dream!
Do we have a time at the very least to short rest?
Oh. That's what I'm doing.
It's at this point, it is probably close to, I'd say 7 in the afternoon.
We are not
night?
traveling.
7 at night?
7 at night.
We are not traveling until Nessa wakes up.
Cool. Thalia is gonna kind of lift her head up. Not dead yet. And passes back out.
Oh, thank God. Sebastian just kind of like sits up, like very very Frankenstein-esque. Just sits up, straight up, just flat sit up into a sitting position. Look at Talia, look at Nessa, look at me, and then grab the meat out of my hand and start cooking it a little bit better.
I also imagine that you gave him back his hammer as you were moving them around the fire.
Oh, yeah, his hammer's right next to him. Jesus Christ. We're like a bunch of hobos. You've reduced us to a bunch of homeless people. Just absolutely got the shit kicked out of us. That's a good boss fight. I have one spell left. I have
Let's
exactly
see.
one level 1 spell slot remaining.
1, 2. I gotta do something about my 3rd level spells. My
You were
3rd level
supposed to come up
spells
with
are
a list
rough.
that you wanted, and we could talk about replacing some of them.
I
You can
know,
also
I forgot
upcast
about
some of
that.
your level 1s and level 2s.
I actually used up all of my level 2s today in
Nice.
that fight. I have
Can
2
anyone
level
be
1s
upcast?
left. I have a cure wound spell.
That would have been nice to use on yourself.
Been nice to be able to use on yourself.
And I used my 4th level spell. I really wish that had landed. I wanted to see how that would play out.
It-
Would have been helpful, wouldn't it?
Well, as soon as Nessa wakes up, I do have 35
Ego
points worth
whip?
of lay on hands to use.
Ego Whip is kind of cool.
Daily, I would like you to look up the exhaustion table and just read off to yourself quietly exactly what effects you have on you, just so you can understand how much shit you're in right now.
Yeah, because doesn't a long rest only get rid of 1 point of exhaustion?
Yep.
Yep. And she's not waking up for 12 hours.
And that's not going to count towards a long rest.
That's
She's
just
gonna need-
full reboot of the physical body.
She's going to need to spend 5 days after waking up to start, feeling back to herself. But,
Alright, so we're
thing-
going to be
yeah,
downtime activities.
so to give everybody an idea of what exactly Daly is experiencing after responding yes to the question.
Disadvantage on ability checks. My speed is reduced to 0. Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving rolls, and my hit point maximum is halved.
Yep.
Permanently, or until I remove the exhaustion?
Until you remove the exhaustion.
Okay.
Meaning when you wake up, your ass ain't moving.
Yeah, that's
No.
Falcon. That's why it's so powerful, is because we gave it a downside that will basically kill you if you're not careful. The
Yes.
intent is that it is literally the limit of what your character can literally
Here,
do.
okay. Let me give you the benefits here real quick. You gain an extra 10 feet of movement. And no, this is for a duration of 1d6 turns. You get 10 feet of movement, an extra d10 plus your level of temp HP. All of your attacks are reckless. All of your melee attacks are reckless. Your melee attacks deal 1 dice higher than normal. The user can upcast spells at 1 level higher than normal.
For the same spell slot.
Yeah, for the same spell slot. As a random wild magic effect to the spells they cast. Spell attacks.
Damn, I would have had that bitch killed so much sooner if I had known that I could actually upcast each of mine for the same spell slot. I would have been casting them all.
Yeah, we did forget
Level
that.
2 and 3.
Do we think that Paladin Smite upcasts it as well? 'Cause we didn't upcast it.
It's a
'Cause
weird
I can
one.
upcast it. I can
say we
upcast
treat
it. I can
like
use a
any
higher
other
spell
damage
slot.
spell.
Well, I'll keep it in mind for the future. Spells that have
That's if I ever go in rage again.
spell attacks that have or combat that have an AC that roll to beat the damage are rolled with advantage. Spells that require a saving throw impose disadvantage. If the user HP drops to below 1 HP, they don't fall unconscious. The user gains the condition immunities to being charmed, frightened, and unconscious. The user has advantage on saves against being paralyzed or petrified.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits there. So once that ends,
the damage sticks, and you can go into the negative till it instantly kills you. And every time you're hit below 1 HP, you make a death save.
yeah.
It is very much a fuck all self-preservation. I am going 110% in. I am plus ultraing this, and it is going to kill me.
Yeah, again, you get a lot of benefits, but when it ends, your body is upset.
Yeah. If you survive it.
If you survive. Your body.
In some situations, it is.
And Nessa's gonna wake up and she's gonna act like nothing. It was no big deal.
Good luck with
until
that.
until you try to move. United States of
Exactly.
Smash.
United States of Smash. Break every bone of your own body to break every
It
bone
was
of
the
their body.
United States of Smash. She went full Deku.
You went
See,
full circle.
To put this in Dragon Ball terms, we activated Kaioken times 20.
Yeah.
I did go full Deku. United States of Smash.
All right.
It's
So
the hysterical strength.
So Sebastian is taking over cooking your food.
Yeah.
Thalia is saying I'm just going back to sleep.
Yep.
Daily is still
Can't be away from you.
clocked out for another 8 hours.
I imagine though, like she collapsed to her knees, stared blankly at the dead body, and then just fell unconscious. She probably fell like straight on her stomach, and so she's probably sprawled out on her stomach on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, you are laid out. I could not roll you over.
You would have just dragged me by the arm or the leg, so I would just still be sprawled out.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Just full plank. Full planked.
It does not. If you have hysterical strength,
do
it
the
does
plank.
not wake them up.
They are unconscious for the duration.
It is an unbreakable unconscious. You can't wake them up by any means because they are.
I'm in a
for all intents
coma.
and purposes, essentially dead.
I am in a coma.
Yeah, it's an insane coma. It's meant to be a. If you use this, you're out for at least a week.
Well, not a week. You're out for the greater part of a day.
Well, yeah, and then 5 exhaustion levels, which is another week of recovery just to get rid of those.
Yeah. But it's also meant to be if
Well,
you
I mean,
use
after
this,
day-
you better
after
win
day
this fight,
one, I can
or
move.
you will lose.
Yeah.
Did win the fight though. We did win the fight.
You did. I'm just saying, if you use this, you better use this. You better get them down before they get you down.
Your blood is gone.
Your bloody arms are gone. Just a scratch.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
All right. What are you going to be doing
Actually, no,
anything
it's
during
not
this
really, that's-
downtime, X? Or are you just going to cope?
I am coping. The only person who is awake cannot speak, and I am not one for conversation right now. Wait, hold up. How long does Talia intend to sleep for?
Well, she just did a long rest.
Didn't actually mean to click that.
Well, we're gonna say that it is 8 hours, and I'm gonna about 3 hours in. I am going to have a terrible idea.
Oh god. Oh no.
The ritual needed a hand, right?
I was going to bring this up if you guys were going soon enough. I'm glad you remembered.
Don't worry. All of my impulse control is asleep right now.
You just wake up in the cold of the night. Wait a minute.
Where's Celesta? So I'm not taking a rest because I am not okay. Like I'm like 3 hours into this, not taking a rest. Probably like maybe even an exhaustion point at some point, but not right now. I'm gonna just stand up, walk over to Sebastian, and I'm gonna be like, I need you to cut off her hand, and point to the creature, which I imagine we've already eaten the leg of meat, and it was not great because I didn't season it, and it kind of got cooked badly by me.
And it wasn't it wasn't, skinned properly.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
It was
did anyone
edible,
think?
and that was it.
Did anyone think to loot the creature?
Not yet. I'm about to. So Sebastian's
More
gonna
than
cut
just
his
body
head off, cut his
parts.
hand off, and I'm going to go through every single, like, strip it completely. Just all the pockets, everything.
Okay.
See what this thing has.
And on this person, you find a sharkskin pouch that contains 2 potions in crystal vials.
Can I identify the potions, Helly?
Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. I was just gonna use the identify spell as a ritual and spend a whole minute and just identify the potions. 2 minutes.
Well, identify only works with magic. Are potions technically magic?
Potions are class. If you have to identify it, it's usually something the identify spell can work on. If it's magic item or some other magic imbued object, potions are usually magic imbued.
Okay, then yeah, you can run your identify.
Cool. I'm just gonna identify both of them. Ritual cast costs me nothing, except for a whole minute. So I'm gonna spend a whole minute on each of these potions while Sebastian stripped her completely and then cut off both of her hands, because instructions unclear which hand.
Okay.
Oh no! 2 whole minutes while my companions are out for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So you're gonna find this very funny given the circumstances that just transpired. One of them is a potion of vitality.
Okay. If I could have that added to my pouch, that'd be great.
Yep. The other is the real funny one. Is a potion of radiant resistance.
Drink that one.
That's what I'm saying. That's the funny part.
Yeah, should have drank that one, Chucklepuck.
Who's to say they didn't? They didn't have another.
Yeah. Okay. Anything
I drink
else
the
on
potion of
this
radiant
person other
resistance,
than, I
become
guess, like,
resistant to my own
grappling
attacks.
That is it.
clothes? Do they have a weapon?
Their weapon was an icicle.
Okay. Well, I am going
They tried to stab Sebastian with it.
Yeah, if you'll add those 2 potions to me,
Working on it.
I'm gonna have Sebastian go check this room. Just to see if there's other loot in there. I'm literally having him go in as a canary. Of if he goes in and there's no one there, then I'll come in. It has been like an hour now since we killed this fucker, so I don't think there's anyone else, but...
Okay. There we go. That is done. So we're going into the top room, which is piece number.
potions are common magic items per player's handbook. Yep.
Okay.
There we go. There's my answer.
So
I take a
inside,
loose position on the identify spell. It could.
it's
be
a weird one.
Yeah.
So this circular chamber has an intricately carved dome ceiling that is 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down on the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. Someone has turned in this tomb into living quarters, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus.
Okay. No one's here.
You do not see any people.
Okay. Then Sebastian's gonna come back. And basically thumbs up Celeste, and Celeste is gonna go in and search the room. Just searching through any belongings and stuff. Are any of the herbs... Did any of the herbs look like good cooking herbs? Celeste doesn't know cooking, but, you know.
I guess for casting Sparkle, I have 100, but I'm also kind of almost dead right now.
Any good reagents, anything
Hey,
like that?
roll investigation. You're good at that.
I am good at that. Thank you. 15.
15. Looks like it's mostly alchemy herbs.
Okay. I'm gonna take all the herbs, put them in my backpack. If they're dry. Like, if there's, like, some that aren't dry or ready yet, I'm not gonna bother with them. But if there's any that are ready, I'll take them. And then look around. Anything, just a bedroll, any other interesting personal items in here?
You see a strange looking leafless shrub in the corner that appears to be shaking.
I'm gonna walk over to the shrub and look closer at the shrub. Is, like, it's shaking?
Yes. It's also not potted.
It's not potted and it's shaking.
Yes.
Would this be Arcana? Nature?
I'd
wanna
let you do
understand-
Arcana.
Okay, so I'm looking at this plant that's shaking. 13.
Okay. As you reach out to try to investigate it, right? You hear it.
Gonna be a baby moose.
You hear it speak. Please don't hurt me.
Never mind, not
Excuse
baby
me,
moose.
did
Unless the
you
baby
just
moose can
speak?
talk.
What was that, X?
Excuse me, did you just speak?
No.
What are you?
I'm a shrub.
A shrub. Okay, have you always been a shrub?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Did the other person who lived here hurt you?
It hurt. No. It threatened. Yes.
All right. Would you be pleased to hear that I hit her with a fireball and then lit her up with lightning?
You see it recoil when you say fire.
All right. I promise not to hurt you if you'd promise not to hurt me. How about that? A fair deal.
It extends out one of its branches that has a handful of berries on it.
I'm going to reach out and gingerly, like, shake the hand.
Congratulations, you have a small handful of berries.
Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. Do you eat water? Soil?
Eat.
Anything like that? Are you hungry?
Sometimes Rajani brings water for me, but I'm okay.
Okay. Where do you usually do you have a home to go back to? Perhaps somewhere I could take you.
No, Rashani it granted me life and took me with her.
Ah,
Granted life to a bush.
well, she's not around anymore, and won't be.
It takes a slow step back from you.
Again, she attacked me. She attacked me and my party. We defended ourselves. We don't mean you any harm, especially since you seem relatively pleasant and not attacking me or any of us.
I just want to live.
Fantastic. Is there somewhere specific you'd like to live, or would you like to just come with us for a bit until we can find somewhere for you?
If Rashavi's not coming back, I can go wander the woods.
If that's
Go
what
wander
you'd
the
like,
woods,
you're
buddy.
more than welcome to go
Enjoy
wander
wandering the woods.
I'm sure there's plenty of water and sunlight out there for you. Well, less sunlight now, but there's still some sunlight.
Then I very slowly walk towards the door.
Okay, I am going to walk out ahead of him. And when I get to Sebastian, I'll say, leave the bush creature alone. He's harmless, I think. And Sebastian's just going to nod, and we're going to go come back out here.
Bush.
As the little bush creature is more than welcome to just leave.
It's going to offer you, seeing the other 3 people here, it's going to offer you some more bushes of berries.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm going to take the extra berries.
And it's gonna ski-daddle out of
I know
here.
who would enjoy those berries.
Are these magical berries, Helly?
No, they are just some blueberries.
Just blueberries?
Yep.
I try one. Is it good?
And they're tasty.
It's a very tasty blueberry. Okay. I'm going to hand the blueberries to Sebastian and say, watch over these 2. I'm going to take the hand out of his other hand, and I will be right back. And I'm going to go out here.
Ignore these 2 out here. They're they don't exist right now.
So, if I remember correctly, I needed an acorn, a leaf, a stick, and a hand. Or was it an acorn, a stick, a hand, and fire?
You could go look back up at the you could,
feather in there somewhere.
I'll say you remember seeing them up here.
I mean, it was less than a day ago. I'm sure Celeste will remember it.
You were also, you know, slightly traumatized with your party. It's not like it's not like I'm making you walk an extraneous distance.
Yes, but it is tedious. I'm gonna move up here, look at the plinths again, and gather whatever ingredients I need for it, and then go back to the brazier.
It is a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand.
Okay. Did Miss Lady have a feather on her?
The druid, no.
Okay. None of the. Okay. I'm gonna look around for all the ingredients and place them in the pot.
You could probably steal an arrow from Thalia.
Yeah. Pull the feathers off of it.
And then the pine cone, the twig, and are easy enough to find. You know, you
Honestly,
kick a tree.
if I just break the head off the arrow, it's the feather and the twig. So now I just need a pine cone and the severed hand.
And the flame, but the flame's not hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is the order that you are completing this ritual in?
I'm gonna complete it in the order of the plinths.
Okay, so twig, pinecone, flame, feather, hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use create bonfire. My bonfire back there is gonna disappear, and I'll have a new one in the thing to light this all on fire.
Okay. Starting once ignited, the fire appears to just be a normal fire. Dropping in the feather does nothing, but once the hand is dropped in, the flame becomes a silver flame that quickly eats the contents of the brazier.
Damn, what are we summoning?
I don't know. My impulse control is gone. I just wanted to see what it would do. I didn't expect to get this far.
After a few seconds, you hear a loud thud from this direction.
Oh boy. Does Sebastian hear it back in the cave?
Let's have him roll a perception check. No.
No, he does not.
That's a nat
Good.
1. Bro is not.
Cool.
Bro is still trying to figure out.
If I die out here, at least he won't know it happened.
Bro is trying to. Bro is under control, trying to figure out. Wait, was that just a walking, talking bush?
Yeah, he has no idea. He's never seen a bush walk around and is very
I'm in the
unsure
bush
if whether
talk,
it
but
was
I
enemy or
can't.
This is discrimination.
not. So, okay, I guess I'm going back up. Okay,
Alright.
so the coffin's open now?
The coffin is open, and you start to see a mummy start to rise and start to sit up in the tomb.
I
Or
am
the sarcophagus.
going to have my wand out ready in case it's hostile, because I have no idea what the fuck I just did, and I'm suddenly regretting my life choices.
It sits up and just stares at you, doing nothing.
Hello, Mr. Undead Zombie Creature.
It slowly lifts up a hand and just slowly waves.
Hi, do you speak?
You hear no response. Actually, wait, correction. It says yes, in common.
Alright, few questions. Are you intent on the destruction of myself or anyone that I may know?
Not that I would do intentionally.
Do you feel the need to consume other creatures' flesh?
No.
Fantastic, that makes this easier, and I put down my wand. Few questions. Who are you, and how did you come to be in this tomb? I think are the first two.
My name is Shanir.
Shanir.
As how I got into this tomb. I perished long ago.
Alright. Why is there a ritual for bringing you back? Other than obviously you could potentially be a lich, though I don't know if I believe that.
I've been alive the whole time. It was some magic holding the lid on me.
Wait, you've been awake this entire time in that box?
Yes.
What did you do to pass the time?
I count the dents in the stone.
How dents were there?
And how many dents are there in the stone?
Still counting, but I've counted at least 5 million.
Ah,
I may have gotten
No
some
time
doubled,
to-
though.
no time to start naming them, I assume.
I gotta get them all first before I can start naming.
Well, that's entirely fair. It's entirely fair. Do you know how long you've been in that
No.
box? What year was it when you went into that box?
You see it just looking up slightly, trying to think. That, my little friend, is a good question. It's been quite a while.
Ah. Helly, do I have
Were
any
years
history
recorded when
knowledge
they
that
died?
no Jog Ruth at the mention of the name Sahir?
What was that, X? Daily was also talking.
His name's Sahir, right?
Sanir. S-A-H-N-A-R. N-R.
Saner. Okay, do I have any... Does that name jog anything loose in my history knowledge? Can I make a history check? Because he's been in there a long time. This has got, like, obviously.
Sure. Go ahead and make a history check.
19.
I quickly attempt to Google some things.
Oh.
Because I don't have any actual lore for this character. I just have a
There's
name.
more in the book where he shows up.
No, there isn't.
There was supposed to be.
Nope. I have
Did they not
nothing on this
expect anyone
man.
to complete the ritual?
Oh no, they did. They just didn't. The book didn't anticipate them to ask the man questions.
Why wouldn't you ask him questions?
Fuck
Hey,
you,
that's-
Wizards of the Coast!
He can speak and he's not hostile. What other option do we have? Kill him? I mean, yeah,
Fuck
maybe
you, Wizards of the
later.
Coast!
Okay, give me 1 minute here to speed read.
This is Icewind Dale,
Yes.
the Frost Queen, Rime of the Frost Queen, right?
Rime of the Frost Maiden.
Yeah, Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's a little homebrewed, but it's not super homebrewed, just small adjustments.
Okay, so Sanir, you would know a little bit about them being the sister to the great chieftain Orem in who were once slaves to the great empire Astoria.
How long ago was that?
Astoria existed some 25 to 30,000 years ago.
Oh, Jesus, so this is ancient history.
Yes.
I just accidentally did some ancient magic. Okay.
It's fine.
Fascinating. So, the fact that she only got to 5 million and counting is surprising to me. I would assume she'd
Well-
have named every single one of them.
You know, the losing count happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gotta restart.
So, you are Sinead,
Yes.
the sister of the chieftain. What was his name again, Helen?
Chieftain Orem. O-R-E-M.
Orem, correct?
Yes. That was my twin brother.
Honey, you've been in there for 20 to 30,000 years.
10,000 years would be
That's
such a crick in the
Quite
neck.
the time.
Yes. I have so many confusions. First of all, how much do you remember from that long ago?
Not as much as I would like to. I do have
Fair
some.
enough.
I do have some memories of how this temple here works.
Oh, that would be fantastic to know. We kind of figured out that it was some sort of moon dial, and there's a mirror in there that seemed to answer questions, but not very well. Or at least it didn't give us the answers we wanted, or any real concrete answers, or very many answers at all. If anything, it only gave us one answer, and that was an answer we already kind of knew the answer to.
Okay. Well, Senir, it slowly gets out of the tomb, trying not to seem threatening. As they get out, you get a whiff of pumpkin spice.
Oh, lovely.
Well,
It smells like my lattes.
This dial here is representative of the moon's rotation, and based on the phase, it can go activate some extra functionality inside of the tomb.
Alright. We assumed that each phase opened a different door in the tomb, and one of the phases activated the mirror. Is that accurate?
The half moons open up a respective chamber, while the full moon opens up activates a scrying mirror.
Oh, it's a scrying mirror. I see. That makes more sense. It doesn't speak truths, it simply scries. Alright. And what are the different doors on the inside? I know that one of the doors opens to the outside, but there's, as you can see, and I kind of like point across the way to the hole in the wall, something broke through the wall.
Well, that's certainly no good. But that
Yes.
one of the door next to that moose creature is supposed to open on the new moon, and inside are 2 tombs, each opened at their respective half.
Who is entombed in those tombs?
Unfortunately, I do not know the inhabitants.
Wait, what?
I don't know who's inside.
Oh, so were they like buried after you or before you, or do you just not? Okay, it's probably been a long time. That's fair. Well, would you like to find out? I suppose would be a question I could ask.
We can go see.
Oh, good. Very important question. Do you have any medical knowledge or experience of any kind?
No.
Fantastic. Can you cook?
I do not like fire. I am covered in fire and flammable material.
Fair enough.
As they go about and wave a strand of gauze out in front of them.
Okay. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Let me think this through. I think I can keep Sebastian from becoming a problem, but I'm not sure about the other two, though I don't know when Nessa's going to wake up, and Talia's probably still sleeping, so it might be okay. Would you like to come inside out of the elements with us and rest? We've had a bit of a incident involving a druid and, as you can see, a giant white moose.
It would be nice to see the inside of the temple once again.
Fantastic. Follow me. And I'm just gonna lead this guy, this lady, back around the temple. And as I walk in, I stop at the door with the mummy behind me and go, Sebastian, this is a friend. Do not hurt the friend. Do you understand? And Sebastian just looks over, eyes glinting in the little bit of light leaking in from behind us, and just nods.
Why, what a strange little creature you have there.
Yes, he's a homunculi of some description, crafted by my father.
That's some advanced magic you have there.
Yes, well, it has been many thousands of years, and progress ever marches forwards. Sometimes backwards, but often forwards. He's relatively intelligent and follows orders well enough, but he may not trust you for a while, so don't get offended when he keeps his hand on his blade. Or in this case, maul.
Understood.
Again, he will not harm you unless you do something incredibly stupid, I assume. And I'm just gonna walk in and cast bonfire right between Talia and Nessa to keep them warm again. Come in, it's safe, just don't get too close to the fire.
And the mummy just scans the room, seeing the other dead animals that have been scattered around from the moose's visit.
Yeah, the moose and I assume the druid too.
Yep.
Rid of both. Yeah, my apologies for the mess. It was mostly like this when we got here. However, it's a bit more scattered since I cast the storm spell.
Well, if you say I've been trapped for 25,000 years, I imagine this place has gotten a bit run down, but happy to see it is still standing.
As am I. It's a very interesting place full of ancient magics. Feel free to do whatever it is you wish. I'm going to tend to my companions for a while. The door down this hallway is currently open, not by virtue of a spell, knock spell. The crystal mirror is no longer really working, as we kind of didn't know how it worked before we tried to use it. And the other doors are still locked, as far as I'm aware.
I will look around and answer any questions that I can if you have them.
That would be appreciated. I'm sure we'll have more questions once these two wake up. If they both wake up. And I'm going to let that guy do his thing, tell Sebastian to take watch, and then I'm going to take a long rest at this point. As I realize there's no more really difficult things, and Sebastian can keep an eye on us, at least to wake us up. And he doesn't sleep.
He got a short rest in.
Yeah, he can take a long rest too and still be awake, so he can keep an eye out while we long rest. So
All right.
that is what I'm gonna do. I'll wake up a couple hours after Talia, I think.
All right.
Oh,
Not to drink the strange potion, guys.
Life is too short not to drink the strange potions. Yes, exactly. Always drink the potion you don't know what it is. It'll teach you something valuable.
I
All right.
mean, have you ever seen those videos where it's like life's not too short not to do something, and it cuts to someone else going, "Not you. They weren't talking about you." I feel like that's this situation.
No, he was look, Falcon was talking directly to me. I could feel it in my bones.
All right. So after another roughly 4 hours, Thalia, you got in your 8 hours of rest. It is about 11 in the afternoon. About 11 at night. It's almost midnight.
I have rolled out of bedroll and I'm sleeping on the ground next to a magical fire.
How long
Is
does
the
create
fire
bonfire last?
I was gonna say, is the fire still going? Because I will re-up it.
It's concentration up to a minute, so that fire is long gone.
Yeah, that fire's long gone.
Alright, is there any wood nearby that I can collect to build another fire?
We are in a forest.
There are trees.
Alright,
Also, you do notice that there is just a mummy walking
Be
around.
sure not to get lost in the woods.
where's the mummy?
Currently down to the southern, next to the southern door.
Has he seen me yet?
I mean, it has seen you, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything hostile. It's walking around and almost seems like it's tidying up the place.
Hey, dead guy. Are you gonna fight us, or can I go back to resting? I'm kind of tired of being in fights right now.
Oh, you're awake. I have no ill intent towards you or anybody else in this room.
Alright, cool. Where are you from? I don't remember you.
I was in the sarcophagus out across the way from here.
Oh, sweet mother Gaia, give me patience. She didn't.
Everything all right?
No. I apparently have two crazy people on my team.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy. You're all crazy. Especially you, Nappa.
You know what? I don't feel like waking her up to yell at her. I will yell at her at a more reasonable hour for doing a stupid ritual that we didn't know what it was going to do by herself. Okay.
In my defense, I was left unattended.
She needs a babysitter.
She has a babysitter.
Not a good enough one.
Sebastian's a great babysitter when he doesn't also have to take care of you two.
Sally is gonna with that, she's gonna kind of just plop back down. And She's bored. She's gonna play the pan flute for a while. Practice. She hasn't had a lot of time to practice lately.
Fair enough. The mummy is going to continue just kind of half tidying up the area after the battle. And I'd say after about another 2 hours, it's probably about time for Celesta to be waking up.
Okay.
That's what you mean? Or no, what is this? That's Celeste.
No,
Never mind.
Nessa's
Probably
got
not
12
Nessa yet.
hours. She's got another like 6 hours.
Well, it's
left.
already
It
it's
just-
already been 8. It's only like 4.
Yeah, you still got 4 more hours. You're gonna get woken up just about the same time as Rumor Man, and you're gonna love it.
Love that.
Murder someone over Rumor Man.
I wake up and just like I'm like curled up in my bedroll and it's warm and comfortable, and I just open my eyes.
You're hearing the
kinda
pan flute
shift
going.
around. Yeah, I hear the pan flute kind of shift around. See Talia playing the pan flute. See Nessa still on the ground, just face first on the
Face
stone floor.
planted into the floor.
And I'm just gonna take a deep breath and
Stomach.
sigh and be like, someone should
Arms to
probably
her
get her more
sides, push
comfortable."
me.
No, your arms aren't to your sides, okay? One arm is
No.
out in front of you, and the other one's to your side.
You're in
Oh, yeah,
like
'cause
the
you
most
dragged me by the
awkward
arm.
pose we've ever like. Have you ever seen a
I
child
looked
sleep?
like a dead body. I looked like a dead body that you guys dragged over here. That's what I looked like.
Yes.
Pretty
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to get up, and I'm gonna have Sebastian.
Oh,
help
someone's
me.
awake now.
I stop and like do a little bit of a turn. Yes.
Yeah. Celeste, you want to tell me something, sweetie?
Sure. Why do I feel
Yeah.
like you're mad at me?
Insert mummy walking into the room from the
I
top
watch
hallway.
him walk by directly behind her and don't even process it.
Celeste, sweetheart, what happened during the battle yesterday?
We killed the druid, and then you
Mhm.
were not conscious, so I pulled you to somewhere warmer and more comfortable, and Nessa is still unconscious, and I pulled her to somewhere warmer and more comfortable, which brings me to the point that I am going to get her even more comfortable with the help of Sebastian.
Celeste. I am far stronger than you. Don't make me force you down. What happened? And like as she says this, she's just got like this sweet smile on her face the whole time.
Well,
Is this
I
an
tried-
intimidation check?
You don't even roll. I am intimidated. Well, I did try to cook some of the moose. It didn't go well.
I see that. That's unfortunate. That would have been a nice payday, but it's
There's
all right.
still a lot more moose.
Yeah.
I
We
was
won't get as
hungry.
much for it, but that's fair.
I was hungry. I didn't have any rations on me. I left them in the cart.
Which is totally understandable. So what happened
Mummy
next?
walked by behind her again. It's
It walks up past you. Excuse me.
you're excused. Am, is there a reason you're so upset?
Said I'm upset.
Well, you seem upset.
Well, I still think you've forgotten something.
I mean, I may or may not have tried the ritual again, this time using the elf's hand. I didn't think it would do anything, and Sanem is kind of a sweet lady. She's alright. She's not harmful or dangerous or anything. She may have been locked in a sarcophagus for 25,000 years, but she seems relatively sane for the effect, after the fact. See, nothing went wrong. No, nothing bad happened. We're all fine.
Ellie,
Yes.
Ellie, can Celeste can Thalia wrap Celeste against the head with her staff?
So it's like a headlock with the staff.
No, like
Just a tap. Just like a. Just
Yeah,
a smack in the
like-
head with the staff.
smack in the head with the staff. Stupid.
Ed-
I'm not actually like trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to like.
I mean, it would still be a roll to attack.
Okay.
It's like the old master chiding their stupid student for doing something dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, your mage armor is gone at this point.
It was gone that whole fight.
Well, no, X's mage armor is gone.
Ah.
But you still miss.
Are you gonna actually dodge it? Ugh.
I don't even see it coming. I will say, if you bonk me on the head, I'm just gonna let it happen. As long as
Yeah,
you
I'm
roll
gonna-
above an 8, it's gonna hit me in the head.
Well, it hits you in the shoulder then, because I rolled a 7.
Okay. Ow! Nice. It's fine. Everything turned out alright. Yes, there was some risk, but like, really, like, how bad could it have possibly been?
How bad could it have possibly been? How bad could it have possibly been? That was.
Yeah, no.
It required hands! Someone's hands were necessary to make the ritual work. That sounds evil. It's a walking undead. Who's to say it's not a bloody lich? They're intelligent.
She's
How is he?
fine. She's harmless.
Really? Really? How old
I'm
is she?
enjoying all of this.
Like 20, 30,000 years old?
What was that?
20, 30,000 years old? I mean, there's an elf or two out there that's that old. Probably. Maybe.
Oh,
Like,
20 to
my father
30,000 years! Wow!
But she
So
was
what's
out in the
holding-
box. She
what's
seemed very
storing her
thankful to be
soul?
out of the box.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is. But if she decides to take over the world, while we're already trying to deal with a different cult,
She doesn't even know what the knock spell was. It's new magic. She's from a very old magic, which has probably long since been rewritten by Mistra. Actually, Mistra rewrote magic about 10,000 years ago, so yes, her magic wouldn't even work.
It's been so long, it's been rewritten by the Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
so you're telling me
Wizards of
there
the Coast
isn't
rewrote magic
ancient,
wrong.
powerful magic that we have no way to defend against?
It probably wouldn't even work, to be honest. Most ancient
They
magic
use
doesn't
free
work.
run rules.
I'm
free run
surprised
rules.
that this temple still works, magically speaking, for how old it is.
Celeste, sweetheart, we love you. You know that, right?
I don't like where this is going.
You know we love you, right?
Yes.
None of us want to see you hurt.
And I haven't been. In fact, I didn't get hurt other than that
No.
once in this entire fight.
No, Celeste. But you purposely put yourself in a potentially dangerous situation when you had no backup. If you wanted to do the ritual, we would have been happy to do it with you as long as one of us was awake.
Okay,
You're lucky it didn't go wrong. It could have gone very wrong.
I got very, very bored and curious, and I let it get the better of me, I'll admit.
And what would have happened if it went badly?
I mean, you two were already mostly dead anyways. Not much different than the last fight we were in.
Celeste,
Yes.
Please don't try a suicide mission if we're down.
It wasn't a suicide mission, it was a calculated risk, and I was right.
Calculated risk you didn't need to take.
I did. I mean, do any of us ever need to take any of the risks that we take? Really? I mean, honestly.
Yes.
how
Yes,
hard is it now?
actually. My forest is literally dying, so yes. There are some risks you have to take.
I mean, it's everyone's forest, really, and we all are. It's a risk to all of us, but not everyone's taking that risk. Not everyone's stepping up to handle it. You don't have to, you choose to, you know? And I chose to take this calculated risk, and it turned out I was right.
To
At
what
the very least,
benefit
not putting
to
us in
us?
danger. Look, if it was a lich and it did want us dead, it could have killed us during the 8 hours I was sleeping.
I just ask that you be more mindful next time.
Fine, I won't do any more ancient rituals that I don't know the purpose of without at least you or Nessa present.
Even Sebastian. I'd be even happy with Sebastian, because then at least your dad would be watching.
Sebastian was present. That's the funny part.
Without you.
No,
or
Sebastian was
Nessa
passed
present.
out.
Sebastian was not present. He was sitting back here watching you two.
Yep.
Oh, well,
Yes.
fair enough.
Honestly,
Without
what would
either
your father
you
say?
or Nessa present.
I guess that's the best I'm gonna get, isn't it?
That's all I'm going to give you.
Shall we get her over out to the cart where it's probably gonna be warmer and more comfortable?
Do you want to trek for 3 hours through a forest carrying her?
Nope. Never mind. I forgot how far away it was.
Well,
That's
also
entirely
remember
fine.
it is the
Head damage.
dead of night.
It's also
Yep.
not. There's no sun. It is the middle of the night. There's probably wolves out there, and we will be.
For some
carrying
reason,
unconscious
I
woman.
forgot that we left it like forever ago and have been hiking on foot for a while now. I thought it was right outside the temple.
No, it's a few hours away because you couldn't get it
Yeah.
through the trees.
Now, let's try to situate her so she looks like less of a dead body and wants to kill us when she wakes.
I think we should pull her armor off and put her in a bedroll and make her comfortable.
Yeah.
Sebastian, look away. And he just turns and faces the wall.
Seeing you work on Nessa, Sinar comes in and tries to also assist in moving Nessa, seeming remarkably strong for being an undead.
Oh.
Also, Nessa's not that heavy.
Yeah, but in your armor you are.
Well, anyway.
Fair enough.
And
You also have to you also have to remember both of these two have a -1 in strength.
Yeah, we're both weak. It's just
Damn.
us girls, okay? 2 of us are still alive, 1 of us is dead, okay? And 1 of us is unconscious, okay?
Damn, I'm in a coma.
Us 4
and
girls.
you are also currently dead weight, which is naturally
195
heavier
pounds.
than
I like to
structured weight.
imagine Sinar literally just picks her up under her armpits and like we start pulling the armor off and Celeste is like, Sinar, could you help us get her to our cart? You seem remarkably strong for your stature.
Not right now.
I can help get it to the cart, but it is a bit night here, and
Well, once it's daytime.
sure, I can help get you there. You'll just have to lead the way.
Fantastic. Out of curiosity, how far can you stray from this tomb? Is there not like a limitation on it?
None that I'm aware of.
Ah. Interesting.
I imagine Valk's red alarm sirens are going off right now.
Alert! Alert!
Repeat.
Warning.
Okay, repeat what they said because that did not process.
They are
don't have a
unaware of
limit
any
how far they can
restraints
go.
keeping them at this temple.
The fuck is this thing?
Ellie, do I remember the historical person being a violent person? Like, is there any like, were they like a warrior? Were they like a like? I know they're the sister of a chieftain, which I assume was like a warrior and a state and kind of like a small scale statesman. But was she? What were her notable achievements like from that history check earlier? Did she have like anything that would make me really worry about her? Because I'm basing everything I know based off of the fact that she's just the sister to a chieftain 20,000 years ago.
Let me do a quick scan here. Well, again, key thing to note is that her people were originally slaves.
Oh. And then they broke out of their slavery or something?
Yeah.
Okay. But she wasn't like she's like her history is that she was a slave that broke to freedom and was the sister to the guy who took over afterwards, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So not likely to be a dangerous person as long as we don't like
Capable, but not dangerous.
yeah, capable, did probably awful things that they had to, but is generally a good moral compass.
Don't fuck with me, and I won't rip you in half.
Exactly. And see, that's the vibe I've been getting off of her, so I'm gonna keep living with that vibe.
I will let you know, based on your history check, she is chaotic good.
Okay.
You can parse that from her history.
Hey, Sinar. And I'm saying this as we're like getting the last of her Nessa's armor off and like rolling out a bedroll.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to know of a group of individuals trying to, I don't know, blacken the sun? That isn't something that happened a long time ago, would it have been?
You get a confused look.
Ah, fantastic. Well, I'm glad to see that that is a new problem and not an old problem.
It has always been cold up in these realms, but nothing about blocking out the sun worthy.
Yeah, well, we're sort of kind of trying to figure something out to stop some people from doing that. And I just wondered if maybe this is an ancient cult that woke back up or something, because that happens sometimes.
And nothing from my time outside of the sarcophagus.
Well, good to know. Alright, I think she should be comfortable now.
Sinar carefully lays down Nessa while in her sleeping bag.
Alright, I guess we'll just wait for her to wake up.
She certainly seems to be out of it. Was the fight intense?
Well, it certainly was for her.
Sinar leaves and goes back to tidying.
As soon as they're out of earshot, I'm going to look over at Ty and say, see? Perfectly reasonable individual.
There be it for me to be cautious.
No, you're right. We should be more cautious, but I don't know. She seems harmless. I don't really... Shoot. The history books mention someone by her name a long time ago, who was the sister of a chieftain. They were born slaves, overthrew the empire that enslaved them, and then lived peaceful lives. Well, relatively peaceful. There were some smaller skirmish wars and such involved, but nothing chosen by them. I don't know, she seems to be decent and nice and polite and cares very much for this temple, which apparently is some sort of very important burial temple. I'm sure we can ask her some more questions she may know the answers to or may not. She doesn't seem
I
to
am
remember
glad it
much
worked
from-
out this. And who knows? You might be right. She could be quite helpful to us, even if it's just interesting information.
At least now the temple will have a guardian.
True.
So we won't have to worry about more druids breaking in here and causing white moose rampages. They can cause their white moose rampages elsewhere.
Honestly, that would be nice.
And really no one comes out here, so it's not like she's going to encounter someone that's dangerous and tries to attack her and then kill them and then create a never-ending loop of people coming out and getting killed because they think that she's evil.
Fair.
And perhaps I could introduce her to some archaeologists that I know, and we could have a team come out and learn about this place. I'm sure they'd have many questions for her. But you're right, I shouldn't have done the ritual without you guys.
I'm glad it worked out this time. I honestly am. It is one of those things where safety sometimes should be considered. But at the very least, she'll have some interesting stories to tell us.
Probably. How long do you think Nessa's gonna be out?
Hallie, can I do a medicine check on Nessa?
Sure.
How long has it been, Ellie?
Right now it's probably been close to the 9-hour mark.
I rolled an 18.
Actually, it's probably closer to the 11-hour mark. With an 18, you have noticed that her pulse is feeling close to normal. It's still a little bit slower than you would expect, but she doesn't, other than just having some, I want to say stretched muscles in her arms. She seems in fine health.
Well, I'm gonna guess she's gonna hurt like a bitch when she wakes up, but seems healthy enough to me. Hopefully she'll wake up soon.
I hope so.
She'll be fine. Just you wait. Anytime now, she's just gonna start complaining,
Yeah,
asking to be babied.
yeah, that sounds about right. I'm just gonna sit right next to Nessa and wait.
All right, Valkyrie, you gonna do anything for the next hour?
No, not really. Just,
Gonna play your pan flute more?
yeah.
All right. After another hour, Daily, you wake up, you feel like you were hit by about 3 freight trains.
I have enough strength to at least move my head so I can look around.
You can move your head, but that's about it.
Oh, thank
And I
you.
can see the dead body of the druid from where I'm laying, right?
Yeah.
Stripped completely
Oh,
naked.
good.
And just like
We won.
lying, hands crossed across her chest.
Like literally, the first thing that comes out is like in a very, very raspy, obviously like very, very tired voice.
Oh,
Okay.
hey. We won.
We won.
Yeah, 12
And it's
hours
just-
ago.
16.
What?
I've been out
What?
Or no, it was
happened?
12.
not that long.
You've been out for 12 hours. What the hell happened to you?
I can't feel my toes.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Right. Can you get up?
Dinessa looked down at her own body underneath the bedroll. Lands back up again. I don't think so.
Okay, try moving your feet.
I will try wiggling my feet. Can I at least wiggle my feet?
Give me a strength check. You can barely move your toes. And it hurts to move.
Well, at least you're not
I can
paralyzed.
wiggle my toes. My toes can be wiggled. My fingers be wiggled.
I'll say your
Your fingers
fingers
can
can
be-
as well, but your hands are also hurting.
And your arms.
Like every bone in my
Yeah.
body was shattered and rebuilt. I feel
Okay.
great. We won.
You feel
Fantastic.
great. Because we
We
won.
won. We won. Glory for us. We won. And Essus will be pleased. We won.
I'm gonna like step away and walk over to Talia and sit next to her and lean over. I'm worried that she may have broken more than just physically.
Helly, do
This is
I
just over
know
there humming to herself.
anything about magical backlash or anything that could do?
Do I know anything about severe
Any-
magical backlash?
Why
Yeah,
don't you both give me an Arcana check? We'll see what we can
This isn't
parse here.
backlash. This is trauma.
I got a 13.
I got a 27.
You got a nat 20.
Yeah, I got a natural 20, 27.
Nice.
With that 20, you definitely know in some cases of magical overexertion can cause some hallucinogenic states of mind.
And severe damage to one's body.
Yes, definitely damage to one body, which you're seeing that as evidenced. But also the some slight concussive symptoms.
Do you think she, like, broke her limits?
It's possible. What happened?
I don't know.
All I
Somehow
really
she-
remember is she screamed, I think.
She was
I
in the
don't
middle of a kind of a breakdown. Then the attack happened. She screamed, charged the enemy. Weird magical effects happened when she used her usual smite. And now she's suffering severe magical backlash and mana burn. I'd estimate that her body's magical circuitry is probably malfunctioning.
Did she
Nervous system's
somehow
probably on
pull too much of her god's power?
top. Maybe?
Or however it is that
I
Paladin?
don't really understand how
What is she?
how holy magic works. She's some sort
I-
of paladin, I assume.
I don't either. But if she somehow overloaded herself with her god's power, that would explain the extreme magical backlash.
I'm drunk on magic. This is a magical hangover. That
Drunk
actually
and
tracks.
paralyzed on magic.
Essentially,
This
this
is
is
a
the worst
magical
hangover of your
hangover.
life.
This is the worst
I
hangover
love
you will
it.
ever
That
experience.
fits. That
Yep.
so fits.
This is a rank 11 out of 10 magical hangover.
Oof, gross.
Yeah, splitting headache, every nerve ending on your body is on fire, your muscles ache,
Oh.
your tendons are overstretched. Like
Oh, it's a migraine.
Yeah. Congratulations. Your entire body is on fire.
Congratulations, that's what a
But we
migraine
won.
is. We still don't know why they exist.
Yep.
But we won.
Shanir
gonna
comes
walk
in,
over
hearing
to-
the new voice. Oh, you're awake.
We won! I would be throwing my arm up in the air right now, but unfortunately I can't move it.
Oh, right. Nessa, this is Sunir. She's 25,000
Hi,
years
Sunir.
old and is the guardian of this
Wow.
temple.
Cool.
She's very nice. She's been nothing but polite and even helped us get you more comfortable.
I would do a gesture like thumbs up or something like that, but I'm just gonna say thank you because I can't move my arms.
They walk over and very lightly pat you on the back.
On the head, she's
Oh,
letting
am I
eyes
still?
out.
Oh, yeah. I was like, am I still on my stomach?
They're fine. On the head. Just-
Yeah, we would have laid you down on your back. So
Normally
Nessa,
I wouldn't take such patronizing, but I also can't move, so I don't really have a choice.
Nessa, circling back to your condition, do you remember what happened?
I remember getting very upset. I remember something attacking us. I remember smashing it with my sword a lot. That's about it.
Yes. Do you remember the weird magic that happened?
I was using Divine Smite. That was magic. It's not really weird magic.
Well, there was also a confusion spell mixed in with that, which I didn't think you knew.
I was fighting an enemy for the glory. For the glory of Dionysus. That's all I was doing. And we won! Dionysus will be pleased.
Of Dionysus. Alright. Fantastic. Okay. Do you remember anything else? Like, was there like a
Kelly, do I
feeling of
remember anything else?
strength or power?
Roll intelligence with disadvantage.
Yeah, all of her checks are at disadvantage right now.
You got nothing. You just remember anger, swing sword.
Nah, I don't
Is he-
remember a lot. I mean, I kind of remember
You
the
saw
whole thing
red.
with Black Spider. Whole thing with Black Spider. I was very depressed after that, and then we got attacked, and I was like, enemy. And then my focus shifted to enemy. I think I'm a hero. Did I land the last blow? I don't remember.
Looks over at the body. Yes.
Woo! I'm a hero.
Yes, you are. You're my hero.
Aw, thanks,
At least she remembers you guys are together.
Yeah, that's the good news. She still has most of her memories. just a bit of a blank spot
That spot doesn't surprise me, though. I don't even think it'd surprise me if it never came back.
there. Honestly, that sounds about right.
I mean, to fight. What's more to remember about a fight other than swinging my sword?
Well, there's
Casting
a lot
Divine
of other
Smite.
important things to know.
Oh,
Swinging
Yes.
the sword is not the only important thing.
nor
What
the
do you
only
do in
thing
a
that
fight? You
goes
swing a
on.
sword.
But that's not all that goes on in a fight.
What I do in a fight, though, I swing my sword.
I mean,
What
you're
I'm
also
good
good. You're not just good for swinging a sword. You're also a healer and a protector.
Do. Word. Oh, the healing thing, not so much. That's touch. I can't do that right now, though, because I can't move my arm.
Ah, yes, the paralysis. That's the most interesting part of
I
it.
don't think it's paralysis. I just think my arm is really tired.
You're just really.
It's actually a lot
really
just to move my head right now.
You know, honestly, you should probably sleep a little bit longer, and we'll see how you're feeling then.
I've been asleep for 12 hours.
Yes, but sometimes injuries like this take days to heal, and you need to rest. Until you
Oh,
can
rest,
move
but I
again,
wanna
you need
sleep.
to rest. Or until we
I-
can get you to the cart.
Sinir carefully picks up Daily and carries her over to sit her just on the base of one of the statues here, just to be sitting up.
So I can actually sit up.
Yeah.
Question: can I see where my sword landed from here? Because I think it dropped from my hands like right about here.
It's in a pile with all your other armor. We
Oh,
grabbed
okay,
it.
so it was picked up. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back to town.
Oh, it was a gift.
We have two options.
No one ever want to
Option
lose
one
sense.
is stay here and rest until Nessa can move again, which might be a couple days. Option two is to trek back to the cart and ride into town and rest there, turn in our mission, and then take some downtime until she's okay. Either way, she's gonna need rest for at least a few days.
I guess that kind of depends. Do you want to explore the rest of the temple or not?
I mean, we have time. Might as well. There's only one more room to look at this point.
So we might as well stay here and keep looking, I guess.
Alright.
So Nessa's sitting up against the edge of the statue. She's gonna glance over at Sebastian and try to get his attention, like, psst, psst, psst.
He just slowly turns his
Can I-
head to look at you.
Hey, Sinir's like,
Hey.
can I help you?
Little buddy. Oh no, I'm talking to Sebastian. It's fine. Can you go into my bag and you give me one of my rations? I
You just
spend a lot of
blink.
energy. I'm hella hungry right now.
He blinks, walks over your pack, pulls out a ration pack, and walks over to you. Looks you up and down, opens it up, and starts to slowly feed you your dry rations.
Nessa's gonna first have this look on her face, like, really? Am I gonna resort to this? And then she's gonna open her mouth and just let me.
I like to
She knows
imagine
she can't
he's
move
got, like,
anyway.
he's got like a fatty protein bar kind of thing going on that he's kind of like pouncing off your face until you open your mouth.
All right. I
Alright.
think that'll do it for us here this evening.
I'm
We'll
gonna
give
remove a ration from my backpack real quick.
We'll give the party some time to decide if they want to stay or if they wish to leave the temple here. And soon enough, we'll be getting another rumor from the dreaded Rumor Man. So, we'd like to thank you all for tuning
We
in,
won!
as always, and we will see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Next time.
Goodbye,
Later,
everybody.
nerds.
Night. Bye.